Sofia Leon de la Barra. I'm the coordinator at the Waitaki Community Gardens, and I've been working with the Kids Growing program for the last year and a half. The role of the Waitaki Community Gardens is to inspire and value young people to become resilient and resourceful adults. So the idea behind the Kids Growing program is really to help young people learn life skills and how to grow their own food. The Waitaki Community Gardens acts as a grandparent garden to the 11 primary schools in the Waitaki district that we work with. So as a grandparent garden, we provide educational resources as well as staff to help facilitate garden club sessions, and we also provide practical resources like garden tools and compost and seedlings to the schools as well if they need them.
They've been so supportive. They come out and they helped us set up right at the start. They gave us seeds. They worked with the children to show them how to do it in a group. And so no, they've certainly inspired us to get on with it and do it, make it happen.
I did a couple of interviews and said, open canvas, what would you like in your garden? And I thought they were going to be crazy, and they weren't. They said, we want to grow carrots and lettuces, silver beet, beetroot, strawberries. It was just this whole growing and putting your hands in the soil and doing it 1 hour a week with a team of kids. They are amazing. Like we actually stand back and don't really get our hands dirty.
No,
and the kids do it, and giving a bit of structure to them.
Yes.
Just saying, you guys pick team leaders and you're in charge and run it. It's amazing. They really shine through and they get peer evaluation. Like it all feeds back into the curriculum really. Yeah. Go from putting it in the ground to putting it on the plate. You know, and the kids do all of it.
Yeah.
We've had a school garden here at Phoenix School for a number of years, and it's an important part of our class curriculum. So for example, the beginning of this year we looked at healthy eating and good nutrition and the importance of having a healthy diet, and so the school garden was a really important part of that. Then this term we've taken that one step further, and we've been looking at enterprise, and so we've used the produce from the school gardens to create healthy lunches, and each week a class has had a turn at creating a healthy lunch and then selling that on a Thursday. So the children have been able to see how the food comes from the ground to the plate. Oh, the parents really enjoy it. Yeah. We get some great feedback, particularly when you hear of children that are going home and recreating what they've been doing in the garden here.
It's passing on our knowledge to the children to hopefully put them in the right place in the future to teach their children. But it's so good seeing them trying different foods and watching them grow and harvesting them and planting them and looking after them, and they really take a lot of pride in their garden, so it's amazing to see that building as the seasons roll on. Sometimes we'll sell fresh produce in the height of the summer and seasonal things, and we'll set up a little stall outside on the veranda and advertise it that we're going to be having a stall. Sometimes we'll make preserves and things with some of our produce. We had a very successful stall with all our rhubarb things earlier in the year. We had cordial and chutney and all sorts of things, and it was really neat to see the children and the adults trying things that they never thought were possible out of some vegetables out of the garden.
It's been really positive, and we've even had parents coming in and saying that their children have taught them about the whole process. It's just we found that kids have got right behind it, got enthusiastic, and then been able to go home and educate their own parents on this and get them excited as well. Part of an inquiry process of learning, so they follow a cycle where they're brainstorming, they're looking at real life problems. So maybe they're looking at, we've got a school with limited space, so how are we going to utilise the space we have got to create gardens? So then it's the whole technology process, the whole inquiry process of brainstorming, researching, carrying through an action plan, and then putting that plan into practice and then evaluating it and thinking, well, is this working, where do we go next? And so with the bee issue and the issue of CCD, which is the colony collapse disorder, the children learnt about that, researched it from a scientific point of view and a social studies point of view. They then had to go, oh, hey, how does that apply to Oamaru in our context? And then go out there, talk to the councillors, find out what the town plan entailed, and then actually do something about that.
We've been busy just planting and learning new skills. The kids come along every week, they enjoy being a part of the garden club, and the kids get lots out of it. They're learning heaps of new stuff, the science behind gardening, which is really important, and I think they love putting in all the work and then seeing what happens and then being able to take home something that they've helped create.
All students benefit from learning about nutrition and how easy it is to grow their own food. I think in particular some of the kids that find an academic setting challenging benefit the most because often they struggle in an academic setting where they have to sit down at a table, but they really thrive in a setting where they're doing applied learning and they get to do hands-on work while they're learning about something new.
Well, it ties in beautifully with our key competencies, and in terms of students relating to one another, it's a great context for students to develop those relationships. There's nothing like people working side by side, doing something physical to develop those people skills. There's lots of problem solving that goes on in the garden, so they have to work as a team. There's some real tangible benefits.
I think it's really important to know the essential life skills. I think it's underplayed that looking after yourself and particularly using the environment to do so, growing your own food and things like that are particularly beneficial mentally. When you're out there in the garden and you're harvesting or whatever, there's a great sense of satisfaction. It's a natural satisfaction, and I feel that as a society, generally speaking, in this country, we're losing a bit of that. We're not passing that on to our kids, that satisfaction that should be naturally ours.
Well, education is really at the heart of the community gardens, and as a grandparent garden to the school gardens, we try to help link them with volunteers, both from our own databases as well as from the schools themselves. We're constantly looking for more support from parents and grandparents to pitch in and help with their local school gardens, because we really feel that our elders have so much life experience as well as gardening experience to share with the next generation that we really value them as teachers in the gardening environment.